Guys, let's continue with my so-called deep thought on academics this time. Last time, like I did for about the cause theorem. Uh, by the way, by definition, mathematically, if a theorem is something that has been proven and then to be the true, so it's a statement, it's one of the fundamental truths here. Remind me that we have to separate uh, social science from physical sciences. Physical sciences, the different, the biggest difference is the subjective matters. What kind of stuff they study. Physical science basically means they study physical things. Probably not human things, or even if human in it, but it's not a major, played a major role. Okay. On the other hand, the social science is starting with people, so that's the biggest difference. Here we have a few things that are to um, separated between the two. But let's look at the two report that I read this morning. The one report is from physical sciences. There was latest finding says that there was an interesting theory. Used to be the gravity forces was one of the fundamental forces. That's the in the old physical theory. But this guy, the two authors, they raised the issue. They said, that's not. Um, Gravity is just the effect. What is behind is the electromagnetic forces, interactions that produce the um, gravity and also even time and space. The whole thing is based on electromagnetics. So this is a brand new theory, and then it'll be interesting. We'll let the physicist to decide whether it's true or not. But so you can from this example you can see that even in physical sciences sometimes we have some uncertainty. We have to raise some hypothesis and we do the more test. However, having said that, one thing that's undeniable when we move from Newton to Einstein, nobody can deny the progress that we have made. Okay, so and also from Einstein to quantum physics, Einstein, kind of made a mistake saying that the God doesn't throw the dice. He has some doubt on the quantum physics, but now so we're moving beyond Einstein, so to speak. So here you say that that even though sometimes in the physical science we have some uncertainty, we have hypotheses that need to be tested. If you look at the big picture, you see that the progress is moving like so. That's why sometimes I think that it's best to think of the physical science as a train, like Amtrak. They're moving on the fixed track. They're moving like a one direction. There's not much spreading out of the thing because why? Because the some objective constraint exists, so you cannot just uh, raise your using your imaginations whatever you believe. So you have to check on the reality now and then. Here is another example that is basically shows that the physical science you cannot make up your mind and make up a theory randomly. You have to follow this. Here, there's two studies that one study comparing the electronic EV batteries. They compare Tesla and BYD, which is from China. They found that the energy density Tesla beat BYD, but when it comes to volume efficiency, BYD beats Tesla. And also, the other thing is thermological management. Uh, BYD beats Tesla when it comes to make the battery cool down. They cool down like twice as fast as the Tesla. So those kind of things I'm just using this example to show that sometimes you cannot deny that the fact is there. You just have to find it and confirm it. You cannot debate. It's not subject to debate. Those are the scientific findings. That's what it's physical science. But however, in the social science, I would compare that to a car. Instead of a train moving on a fixed track, I would say there's a millions of cars and a billions of cars in the world. There are billions of highway that they follow different directions. They turn, they come back and forth. They cross each other. So the other thing is that it is because that in social science we usually do not have you know undisputable fact. We do have some, but for a lot of the time we don't. So, for example, one of the examples is that for a single human being has trillions of cells. So it takes years or even decades for us to understand ourselves. Okay, because there's so many, the huge number of cells, we have to deal with that. We have to understand it. So that's why, and let alone obviously, there's just one human, right? One human being. What about the society and the millions and the billions of people, right? So that's a very make it a very complicated. I would say, keep it that way. We have to cast. Um, widest net. The way to do that is that it's a game that we when I was a little boy I played at a game. It's basically coin image, a game of coin image. Basically, you put a quarter or whatever other coins and beneath a white paper and use your pencil tip to rub against it and quickly. If you do that fast enough and repeatedly, then you will get an image of the exactly same quarter, same coins on the paper. So that's how the social scientists need to work. We have to first of all, you have to be a good observer to understand the social phenomena. If you don't understand, if you're not a good observer, you don't even understand the reality. Then you can come with all the theories, but those theories won't matter because it ended up to be 40. Okay, so that's the thing. Let's stop here.